change the style of our play eventually as a club. And Pep said all along, look, we need to be flexible. We can't go away from what we have been good at as well. It's going to be a balance. There are going to be games where it's just going to be grinded out, be gritty, determined. There are going to be other games where, all being well, you know, we can open it up and play a bit more expansive football.
That's what Swansea are looking to do here. As Grimes, the skipper, picks out Ayew. This is danger, running at Pedersen in off the right-hand side onto his favoured left foot. Opens it out for a strike on goal. It was Yandanda with the effort. He didn't quite catch it as cleanly as he'd like, and it's a blue shirt that makes the block. The last goal Blues conceded away from home was from a corner. See how they respond to this one. Whipped in towards the near post. Lukas Jukovic comes through the crowded area to head clear, and Seddon and Jimenez combine, and Ivan Sunjic burst through to clear. Now it's Sunjic and Jimenez up against the four-man defence in Swansea. Jimenez whips the ball in left-footed. It's down low, and a stooping header from Van der Horn, but it's a bright break from Blues, and it was Sunjic on that occasion that was willing to burst through the bodies.
He's such a good player. You can see it. He's settled in very quickly.
Watching closely, Selina turns on a sixpence. It's a good block from Dean, and now Blues look to break with Lukas Jukovic. Dean then joins this attack, and Blues are looking to get numbers forward here. Dean looking just to play a crossfield pass to find Villalba. It's asked a little bit of the Spaniard, but he gets there, and this is a positive break from Blues. Villalba in off the left-hand side. Fancies the strike on goal, but dragged a good few yards wide of the near post, Fran Villalba, and he apologises to Steve Seddon, who was making up ground on the overlap, but a bright, positive break from Blues.
Yeah, and I know it's something that Blues have tactically been looking at Swansea. When their moves do break down, they give you a lot of space in which to attack yourselves, and Harley Dean did well there, switched to Villalba, and he had Steve Seddon on the overlap ready to cross, and he was almost in two minds, and his shot in the end was neither here nor there.
Here's Selina again, just trying to find space in behind Wes Harding, running at Harding into the box, a couple of step overs onto his right foot, then looks to just sandwich it into the area. Instead it's Bidwell, lifts it towards the back post. Ayew with the header, and it's batted down by Lee Camp. A tame header in the end. Moving, can't quite find a blue shirt. It might fall through to Boya Bastonir. He's through on goal down the left-hand side. Harley Dean gets back. It's Yandanda to try and arch it in. It's cleared from Pedersen. A goal-saving clearance from off the line from Christian Pedersen keeps the scores at 0-0. Midway through the Swansea half, slightly closer to that 18-yard box. Towards that penalty area it goes. It's headed high into the 8. It's a good firm header as well. Sunjic challenging underneath it. Curly locks of his. Finds Jimenez. Lovely first touch from Jimenez. Hits the byline, pulls it back towards Seddon. And it's a corner to Blues. It's a really neat touch from Alvaro Jimenez. It's falling over his shoulder. Not got a lot of space to work with, right by the byline.
Yeah.
Of that
Interesting.
D. So options either side. It's Villalba who looks towards this far post where Pedersen heads it down into a crowded area. Wouldn't quite sit for a man in blue, and eventually it's dug out and cleared for Swansea. Oh, it just needed the ball to fall for a player in grey. Instead, looks to be too far out to shoot, but Grimes over it. Whipped in towards the penalty spot. Go the heads. It's a really good save from Camp. Pushes it instinctively from point-blank range up and over the bar. Baston thought he'd scored, but denied by Lee Camp.
Fantastic reaction save. Yes, it was coming at him, but it was coming at him from only a few yards away. Strong header going under the bar. Good springing reflexes from Camp.
The corner. Up go the heads. Camp gets a punch to it. Roden just tries to hook it goalwards, and it's away harmlessly. Garner through his legs. Selina opens it out. They have a man up across here. Connor Roberts lifts it towards the 18-yard box. It's a really big header. The referee has a long look at it. It was Roberts who got back to head clear. Danger hasn't gone just yet. And it's the substitute, Kyle Norton. The near post. Camp does get a hand to it. Can't prevent it from going in. And it puts Blues in a sticky predicament now where they have to come out and at least score.
Yeah, they're going to have to commit now, and there's going to be spaces, you'd imagine. Seddon and Harding simply have to get further up the pitch now, so it's a real game changer, that goal, without a doubt.
Villalba down the line to Gardner, just digs it out. It's beyond Lukas Jukovic. It's that ball to the far post, which has worked so well for Blues. Sunjic forward to Villalba. Got to be careful. Fran Villalba gets shrugged off it by Van der Horn, and here they go again. It's Selina into the box. Selina keeps hold of it, sets it back for Gardner. There has to be a goal threat now for Blues if they're to take anything from this game. Harley Dean trying to run Blues forward. Villalba out to Seddon. Harley Dean's continued his run. Seddon whips the ball into the box. It's knocked down. Lukas Jukovic back to goal. Oh, couldn't quite twist and turn and get a shot away. It's tame in the end. Field and shifted it quickly out to the left. Here's Van der Horn. Forward into Ayew. A little pocket in front of the Blues back line. He's got Roberts galloping forward as well. This could be 3. It's a dive from Roberts and it's a penalty to Swansea. He's returned reinvigorated and he could put the seal on a 4th victory of the season for Swansea. From the spot, it's Baston and it's 3-0 Swansea. Dribble away day for Blues as Villalba lifts it towards the far post. Jukovic with the header back into the box. It's dropped down, but Selina gets there ahead of Harley Dean. Cleared only as far as Dan Crowley. Crowley into Pedersen. Space for Pedersen to work in. Back onto his left foot. Continue his run forward, Pedersen. Won't open up for him here. Set down for Crowley. Crowley delivers from this near side. Up go the head. Oh, it just wouldn't fall. Roberts with the initial header. It then glances off Lukas Jukovic, who was in an offside position, and it pretty much sums up Blues' afternoon. It's that 150-mile trip back across the border, a little longer for those travelling Blues fans who were in fantastic voice early on, but they're ultimately sent home disappointed on another frustrating away day for Birmingham City. 3 second-half goals in 11 minutes swept Blues away. First through Norton, who shot and turned at the near post. Selina added a second 5 minutes later after Villalba was dispossessed inside the Blues half, before Borja Baston added to his fantastic start to the season from the penalty spot after Mark Roberts dived in on Jan Dander. It compounds Blues' misery late on and played out the remaining 15 minutes with Swansea keeping possession. And another frustrating away day. That's on what was, after 45 minutes, a really promising one.